Welcome to the Kim Sunshine Show with your host, Kim Sunshine, your perpetual business owner who loves to talk to local business owners. And now, here's Kim.
Hi, and welcome to the Kim Sunshine Show. I am Kim Sunshine, your perpetual business owner, and I absolutely love talking to small businesses and business owners in Flagler County. And today I have a superstar with me. This is Billy. Look at him blushing. This is Blushing Billy.
Blushing.
And Billy does a lot of things, but the main thing that got him on my radar is he is running the European Village Farmers and Artisans Market. How exciting is that?
It's just quite exciting, actually. I've been helping out for over a year.
Okay.
And it's been very rewarding. Very rewarding working with the people there. Just, playing my part to help make them successful in
so
any way I
awesome.
can.
It's beautiful. That's my heart. Like, that's how I found Palm Coast, was at that farmer's market doing my victory popcorn. So that's how I discovered this area. So I was living in Ormond. I'm just going to tell you for a minute. And Ormond is a little bit of an older city than we are here. And when I came to Palm Coast, I'm like, oh my gosh, like everything is new. Everything's younger than me. So I started falling in love with the area and the people. And now it's my home and all my roots are here. And I love Palm Coast and Flagler County.
Yeah, it's really the best when you're young growing up here. You really want to escape. That's what everybody says. Oh, I can't. I got to move far away from here. And I'm
right?
like, okay, this is the best place on earth. Like, where do you want to go?
So you were born and raised in Palm Coast?
I was born in New Jersey, but I was raised in Flagler County. Yeah.
So you surf?
No,
No, you don't.
I wasn't allowed to have a surfboard when I was a kid.
Oh,
my mom was like,
very protective.
Yeah. It was like the surfboard's gonna hit you in the back of the head, is what she'd always tell me. So no, that's I'm sorry. But no surf.
My mom would have been like, or my dad, my stepdad would have been like, oh yeah, the surfboard would hit you in the back of the head, knock some sense into you. That's like what my stepdad would have said. So. So you didn't get to surf because your parents were very protective. So did you do sports or anything when you were here?
No way. I didn't become more athletic until I was like in my 20s. Like when I went to school, I went to UCF for molecular microbiology, and then
molecular microbiology. So
Marine
Marineland. So your goal was to work at Marineland?
It was kind of a pre-med thing.
Okay.
It was a pre-med track, and
doctor.
Yeah, and I wanted to get into research after that too, and so I did some stem cell research in the lab, and things kind of just didn't work out. And then I came back home and got into business with my family, and they've been in business at that point over 30 years here in Flagler.
And is that at Massage Envy, or is that somewhere else?
That actually
because his job is Massage Envy.
Yeah, for the longest time when there was only like a few restaurants in Flagler Beach, my family had the Pier restaurant until they sold it to
Oh, really? So they own the restaurant.
Years.
So you grew up like in the restaurant industry. Because when I have so much respect for people who run restaurants, and because you're married to it. I mean, they're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're on it because if the restaurant's not open, they're out finding the best spices and the best meats and the best produce everywhere. So you must love the farmers market. That's a great introduction to farmers markets.
It's working with the public. Every time you're in any business is working with the public and working with people. So, working with people is what I've been doing for forever. And it's just, I don't know, it's just part of me now.
So you're obviously a people person, but you're also a massage therapist? What are you doing at Massage Envy?
Actually I don't. I franchised the Massage Envy. I'm the owner and operator.
So he is the owner of Massage Envy. Okay, so you don't actually do the massages.
No, I'm pretty much a manager, but I just try to make the most civilized, awesome place to work. Mm-hmm. Pays well.
Good.
That's what we. That's
and gives great massages. That's the important part.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So now here you are with the farmers market. So you really are a leader and a manager of things. How many vendors are average at the farmers market at European Village?
We've been really lucky. We've had at least 40 vendors.
40 vendors, 40 small businesses that you are having an impact with. So visiting the farmers market, you could see 40 small businesses plus all the businesses that are part of European Village.
Yeah.
And are they all open on Sunday? The businesses that are in European Village?
The real estate places aren't, although they're a good place to go and take a look in the window.
Yeah, but you can always find realtors at European Village at the farmers market. If you need a realtor, just ask around. You'll find a bunch.
Some of the restaurants are open. I wish some more were open, but they're not. La Piazza's not open, but Mezzaluna's open.
Mezzaluna.
Cram's Cafe, the Fifth Element is open. Red, White, and Blue. So there's some great places there.
So if you've never been to European Village, a great time to visit would be on a Sunday. It's packed with the farmers market. You've got everything with the European Village, plus all the vendors there. But the restaurants are amazing because there's so many different cultures and cultural foods represented at the European Village. Mezzaluna is one of the top, if not the top, pizza place here in town.
For real.
Gotta love Mezzalunas.
Absolutely. They've been there for a long time.
Yes.
For a good reason.
Yeah, and they have 3 locations here, and they're fantastic. And then we absolutely, love Fifth Element. So if you like Indian food.
What a surprise that was.
That it was so successful, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like there's never been an Indian food place in Flagler County until then.
And they're the first ones.
Yeah. And they're amazing.
So what do you like to get when you go there?
I do like the Fifth Element a lot, but I don't eat too much when I'm there because I'm always moving and interacting with people.
Yep.
So I really neglect my food.
So their naan bread is amazing. So if you ever just want to snack and just give a little try of some Indian food, if you've never had anybody, when you get that naan bread, it is just melts in your mouth, and it's so yummy. And then they have like different things with yogurts and things like that.
Yes.
So those are interesting, different for the palate. But go with a group of people and try different things, and you might be very surprised to see that you do like curry. Like they make it different than what you're expecting.
They make it good.
And I'm not saying it's different from what you're expecting from an Indian restaurant. It's just our American perception of it is different than what's actually served by an authentic Indian cuisine, in my opinion. Well, that's just my opinion. Yeah. It's not law. It's just an opinion. I know what came to the table was a little different than what I was expecting, and I enjoyed it. So I've eaten there quite a few times.
Yeah.
And then trams.
Yeah. I have not been in trams, but
that's the pho.
Yeah,
the pho.
I hear it's so good.
Okay, so I had that last time I was there.
People are all over. I always see.
I got the oxtail pho, and it was delicious. It was absolutely well. It had that meaty flavor, but I like the bone in there too, because when the bone cooks in the broth, it just makes the broth so much better. I was taught that by my ex-husband's family. The Jewish, you got to cook the chicken whole in the soup. And that's the Jewish way to do it, and it's absolutely amazing. At least that's the first time I ever saw it that way. In my American family, they cut the chicken before it.
You don't need chicken stock.
No, because it's made from the bone.
You don't. It is a sin to use chicken stock and chicken soup.
It's delicious. It's so good. So the farmers market, it runs from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock every Sunday.
Yeah, if you come by a little bit earlier, some of the vendors are. They're selling earlier. I wouldn't really recommend coming earlier because you're going to miss out on a lot. But just in case you do, there are people there that are selling a little bit earlier sometimes.
Or you can grab a seat, if you want to hang out and just meet and greet some people. If you want to meet a lot of people from town, there's a lot of people that go through there every Sunday. And if you're not one of them, you definitely should be. So what are some of your favorite vendors who set up at the farmers market? I know I have a few that are my favorites, but who are your favorites?
When you are at the market every Sunday for a year, it becomes more of a family environment. So I can't really pick out anyone in particular, but people bring it. They really do.
They do. One of my favorite people is Robin Grove. Okay, so Robin runs Dexter's Dog Treats. So she does a gourmet treat for your dog, and she makes them all that even humans could eat them. So if you have a dog or a pet, then you should definitely visit and stop by Dexter's. Another one that I like a whole lot is Steve Curcio with St. Nick's Closet, and he is doing beautiful artwork on slate. and it's just absolutely gorgeous and can get hung up anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. Amber, the Cosmic Hippie, you know, she's also doing her own market. She's fantastic.
She is
she's in
wonderful.
The Cosmic Landing in Flagler Beach.
Yep.
She's great. Really, everybody, like we were talking about before, Jerusalem street food, amazing.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And they have this, it's yogurt and fig. Oh my goodness, it is so good dip. So they have all these dips that are chilled. And the cool thing is I like their location as you're leaving. So they're right there by the entrance or exit, and you could just grab those chilled items that need to stay chilled on the way out.
Best baklava I've ever had.
Oh.
Quite a bit of baklava, and I'm always love it.
I'm a huge baklava fan. I love it. I do. And so they have a good variety of things. What are some other food people that we have coming in?
That's
licorice.
Yeah, well, I mean, she sells out like every week.
The licorice lady?
Yeah, she's like always going to get more licorice, and you should just bring it with you.
So it's like homemade, handmade licorice, and it's
So
really,
many
really, really
flavors.
good.
Like
Yep.
The green apple one's super popular. The blueberry one, cinnamon, classic, black licorice.
Mm-hmm.
But she does. People love what she does. You know, so
It's good stuff, good stuff. And then there's a guy there selling the microgreens. So if you're looking to get healthy, that's also a nice, healthy choice. And I mean, it's just amazing. And then some of the vendors rotate out. Are most of the vendors there every single week, or you get them like once a month, twice a month, or are they there pretty consistent?
that's a very good question. I would say that half of them are pretty consistent.
Okay.
50% are nearly every week, and then we get some people that come twice a month, once a month, which keeps everything fresh and different. And so when you come, each time you come, you know, you're seeing something different.
And they rotate out their inventory too. So that's another interesting thing with the people who come to the farmers markets and they're setting up a booth. Most of the time, what they're doing is handmade or homemade, and they add their like a different flair, things that are seasonal, and they're able to create things out of it, whether it's a food product or, you know, something that you can take home.
And there's a lot of people that are applying right now too to become vendors. So it's gonna be something new when you're there every time.
Awesome.
I like it.
Well, I love everything that you guys are doing, and I'm really excited to see the market continue to grow and thrive. And if you have not been out to the farmers market at European Village, please come out on a Sunday between 12 and 4 and check it out, and then let us know what you think about it.
Yeah. Thank you. That's
You're
awesome.
welcome, Billy. Is there anything else you'd want to let everybody know before we say goodbye?
No, just thank you so much for listening, and yeah, thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thanks for watching the Kim Sunshine Show. Bye. All right, so we're going to do one more thing. I'm going to ask you the question about what is one tip that you give for a brand new business owner, and if you'll just say that straight to the camera right over here.
Yes, certainly.
So, Billy, if there was one good tip that you would give to someone just starting a business who's a brand new business owner, what would that be?
Well, if you're working with people, just make sure that you have a high level of respect for anybody who ever comes and works with you or works for you. I always try to work with everybody who's comes into my business. I try not to put myself before anybody, and just take care of them. You know, especially if you have employees. I mean, that's really my focus is employee-based businesses, so people-based businesses.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. I love your heart. It's just wonderful. Thank you so much. I think you're a great person running the market, and I'm glad that you're in that position.
Awesome. I'm glad you think so. We got a lot of great people there that make me look good, that are better than me. So
you gotta love that when you surround yourself with awesome, and then they make you look so much better. Yeah.
Yeah. I try not to look like anything, but I just try and do a great job.
Well, you did wear a nice shirt today, so I'm glad to see that. Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Kim Sunshine Show. Here's hope your days are sunshine filled.